President Trump moving to ban flag burning despite the Supreme Court ruling. Here's what Donald Trump said.
Lastly, sir, this is an executive order on flag burning. It charges your Attorney General.
Would you listen to this? This is very important. Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags. All over the world, they burn the American flag. And as you know, through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision, they called it freedom of speech. But there's another reason, which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the area goes crazy. If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You can do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy. In a way, both ways.
So you heard him. Very serious about this flag burning. President of the United States, the leader of our country, he was explaining things almost like a teacher lecturing a class, and everyone's dialed in. You better listen. No talking, no chewing gum. Only in this case, the teacher turned around and people started to giggle because he had a kick me sign on his back. That's basically how I sum up what happened here because, hey, 20-year combat veteran decided, you know what? I'm going to protest this in epic fashion.
There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. The Archbishop in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress will make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house. Do it for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants. That President Trump put forward today. According to that executive order, I should be in prison right now serving 1 year.
There you have it. Fought for this country. Why not? He has a right, he says, to do it. Right outside the White House. According to Newsweek, video clip posted on social media shows a man in Lafayette Park outside the White House speaking to passersby through a bullhorn before setting fire to a U.S. flag soaked in some kind of accelerant on the ground. Man said he was a 20-year combat veteran, identified himself as Jay Carey. He said he was protesting to defend the right to burn the flag under the First Amendment. Thought that was established, long established, right? Now, the video clip did not show the man being detained, but the Secret Service confirmed he had been taken into custody. On August 25th at approximately 6:15 p.m., the U.S. Secret Service detained an individual in Lafayette Park for igniting an object, the agency said. Individual was subsequently turned over to U.S. Park Police as they have jurisdiction. We refer you to U.S. Park Police for any charges or additional questions. Park Police confirmed that the individual was arrested after being reached for comment by Newsweek, saying, at about 6:30 p.m., the United States Park Police arrested one person in Lafayette Park for a violation of 36 CFR 2.13A1, prohibited fire. All units have cleared the scene. Now, even members of the conservative community are against this. Trump faced unusual pushback from the right on social media after signing that order, as conservatives largely defended flag burning as a First Amendment right. Banning flag burning is absurd. It's anti-free speech, peak snowflake behavior. I would never burn the American flag because of what it symbolizes to me, but the act of banning the burning of it runs more contrary to American values than the burning itself ever could. Evolutionary biologist Colin Wright wrote. Radio host Jesse Kelly said, I would never in a million years harm the American flag, but a president telling me I can't has me as close as I'll ever be to lighting one on fire. I am a free American citizen, and if I ever feel like torching one, I will. This is garbage. Flag burning is vile, but the government has no right to control speech or expression. Radio host, this lady, Dana Loesch wrote. Conservative commentator Eric Erickson wrote, this is actually not brilliant. While I agree with the sentiment, it is unfortunately well settled constitutional law that burning the flag is a matter of free speech, and the executive does not get to create crimes. I know nothing matters, and you aren't allowed to criticize your own side, but I'd like to return to a time when presidents didn't sign unconstitutional executive orders for show. Red State writer Bondi wrote. Washington Examiner contributor Kimberly Ross commented, I don't think the federal government should take equity stakes in companies and First Amendment protections applied to the burning of the American flag as much as I abhor the action. Trump defies a previous Supreme Court ruling. The order the Republican president signed in the Oval Office acknowledged the court's 5-4 ruling in a case from Texas in 1989, but said there's still room to prosecute flag burning if it is likely to incite imminent lawless action or amounts to fighting words. Well, can somebody put up Truth Social? I know an account that is constantly igniting and intimidating and fighting words. But anyway, in that case, the justices ruled 5-4 that the First Amendment protects flag burning as legitimate political expression. The late Justice Antonin Scalia, the conservative icon who Trump has repeatedly praised, was in the majority. You can burn the flag, free speech. Enforcement and penalty. The order calls on the Attorney General to prioritize enforcement to the fullest extent possible of criminal and civil laws against flag burning that cause harm unrelated to the First Amendment. Trump said the penalty for flag burning would be 1 year in jail, no opportunity for early release. The order also states that foreign nationals who burn the flag could face having their visas, residency permits, naturalization proceedings, and other immigration benefits revoked. Oh, and don't forget, they could also be deported. That's, it's a favorite for this president. So Pam Bondi's got more marching orders. She's an awful busy lady. She's deporting, she's prosecuting people who throw a sandwich at law enforcement. She's got a lot on her plate. What say you about what, people keep saying, oh, stop it, it's settled case law, as if they didn't see Roe v. Wade get overturned, as if they didn't see the president become a king. I don't know what the Supreme Court will do, okay? I don't know if it matters what they did in 89, not in this climate. What say you?
It's more Donald Trump just trying to get attention for himself. So much of what they do is just substanceless and just for show. This idea that flags are being burned all across the country is just a ridiculous notion. It's crap. It doesn't really happen. And again, yeah, it's just a free speech issue. Like this has kind of been settled for a while. And like even watching that veteran burn the flag, like what American is actually harmed by that? Nobody. It's just Trump just loves the spectacle. He loves to sit and sign the order. And I'm, because there's probably a notion in his mind that the type of person that burns a flag is like some purple-haired, nose-ringed, hyper liberal young person who goes by they them. Like in his mind, that's who he thinks he's probably attacking with this. And so it's good optics for him with this base. It's just not based on any substance. There's nothing here. No different than, him quote unquote calling the National Guard to DC to clean up crime. And where the National Guardsmen are at are the lowest crime, most affluent parts of DC, right? It's like, oh, so it's almost like you're not doing the things that you're claiming to do. The point is to just make headlines, to get people talking about him. And I get it. I recognize that we're doing that right now, but it's hard for me to see this. Like sometimes you could dig below the surface of something, be like, oh, well, there's a substantive argument that can be made. Not that this guy is actually going to follow through on that or that he's making it himself, but you can see like an argument being made. There's nothing here. This is the
Right.
emptiest,
Yeah.
one of his emptier executive orders.
Get him a Diet Coke and play that. What don't they play what do they play? The soothing classical music for him when he gets out of hand. They did that in the first administration. Apparently it worked. They put on this one, press play and give him a Diet Coke. And it was like a baby, just rocking a baby, backing one down. So I don't know, but I agree with you. There's nothing here. The problem is we'd all have to be on the same page, the media, people, different organizations, to kind of just ignore him. Let the baby cry. Ignore him because there's other things to do. The problem is every day, several times a day, there's chaos with this guy. He's releasing statements. He's truth socialing. He's firing the black woman who's on the Fed, that lady. Okay. He's just doing things that are just, it's as if you had triplets, not even just one newborn baby. I heard with triplets, you just can't keep up. And that's what he's doing to us.